Hi everyone, Olivia Reiner here for Packers News, joined by Ryan Wood. It is the Monday following the Packers' loss to the Bears on the road. The Packers find themselves in this situation yet again this season. They're not going to the playoffs, but they do have Joe Philbin at the helm now. What was his message about how they're going to proceed over the next two games?
Yeah, this is some wicked deja vu, except for Joe Philbin wasn't here last year, so this could be a different tack that they take going forward. Joe Philbin's message today was basically they signed up the Green Bay Packers for a 16-game season. There's 2 games left. They're at 14 right now. They're not at 16, and whether or not they're in playoff contention doesn't really matter on the bottom line, which is that it's 16 games. He said that in general, he believes that players play and coaches coach. So that's how he's going to treat this locker room going forward. Yes, they're out of it. There's nothing that can be gained in standings and playoff contention going forward, but that's they kind of have to, they made their own bed with that, and they have to make the best out of it going forward.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers spoke after the game, as he always does yesterday. He spoke a little bit about whether or not he intends to be playing for the rest of the season, even though these games supposedly don't really mean anything on paper. Kizer also spoke today about whether or not he'd be playing going forward at all. Rodgers said that he intends to be starting. What did Kizer have to say about whether or not he'll be getting any reps for the rest of the season?
Yeah, he was asked that, and he said there's been no indication, no talk that he would get any snaps. I find it hard to believe that you won't see Kizer at some point, just because I do think that you got to see what you got in him. But as of Monday, a day after being eliminated officially, he said there's been no indication, and that's, it kind of goes back to what Joe Philbin said. Players play, coaches coach. Aaron Rodgers is a player. That's where, it'll be interesting as the week progresses, because Aaron Rodgers does have the groin injury, and there's very little information that came out about that today. Dealt with it in the second half, played through it. Aaron Rodgers still said he wanted to play regardless of the groin, but it does give the Packers a built-in excuse should they decide to shut him down. But it sure right now doesn't seem like there's any indication that they'll do that.
Mm-hmm. And Joe Philbin was very clear that anyone who is injured will not be playing on Sunday against the Jets. So it's certainly something to keep an eye on. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you guys on Wednesday.